Well, it's been a long Vanderpump Rules season. I'm ready for hiatus too. Oh, by the way, Jax's OnlyFans girl with the H boobs that she had implanted and has a backache now. Anyway, that girl isn't pregnant. It was just her being funny, I guess, yelling out that she was pregnant at his birthday party. Wonder what's going to happen with the Valley now that Brittany Cartwright and Jax Taylor are getting probably divorced. I'd say him going public with the OnlyFans model was like a clear line in the sand that he's not coming back. And I do believe he was cheating on Brittany the whole time, although Brittany doesn't say that. But that's just my take. You know, usually when a guy doesn't sleep with you, it's been my experience that they are sleeping with someone else. Oh, wait, Lala says that tonight on the reunion, and she's right. My experience too. So, what do I want to share with you? There's not too terribly much great gossip that I haven't already covered in Vanderpump Rules land, but I did find this nugget that I want to share with you, and I'll tell you who I think it is. There you go. Look at this. Back off. Message. A former VPR couple reconciled very briefly, and by brief, I mean a weekend. The intention was to get back together, but they both quickly realized it wasn't right. Would love to know if it'll be a storyline on season 12. Well, I think it possibly could be because we're definitely going to meet Tom Schwartz's new girlfriend. And I do believe that this is about Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz hooking up, like, because he wanted to for old time's sake, and then going, okay, like, bye. Both of them. Bye-bye. By the way, James Kennedy has been doing his DJ performances, and a lot of people who attend the shows have said that it's really fun, and he's very good, and he starts off the show with the Vanderpump Rules theme song. I like that. That's nice. I do like his music playing. Some other things not so much, but his music playing I like. I'd like to see him DJ. So as you guys know, Something About Her opened. They had a soft launch, and then I think they had an actual launch. And Stassi Schroeder went to the soft launch, and so did Andy Cohen. And Andy said publicly that he would like to see Stassi Schroeder return to a Bravo TV show. So I guess he's going to rally for her. But the question is whether or not Stassi would want to come back, because she said publicly that she would rather not, based on the happiness she has with her family right now, and it might not be a great thing. Obviously, Brittany Cartwright's feeling that a little bit right now. She's excited to be getting the paycheck again in the Valley, but, you know, the fans are coming for her about the way Jax depicted her on the show The Valley and her kid, and they're attacking Jax and her on multiple fronts. Like, do you want to really get in Hunger Games again? So my favorite part of tonight's reunion, the beginning was sort of BS, like the first 20 minutes, who cares, was the moment where they play the end of the show that all the fourth wall is broken and everybody's like throwing everybody under the bus, and they don't actually get a proper like theatrical reunion. So they kind of go to the fourth wall out of desperation. And then they make like a touching video because it's going to be a wrap up. And the rumor is there's going to be a significant cast reboot on the Vanderpump Rules. So in a way, it was a farewell to the existing cast. Some of them. And some of them will return, but with new people. And that is really what I've heard being discussed. And the main issue I've heard for people not returning is paycheck. That essentially some people just want so much to continue on the show that it's not feasible. So they're going to make their offers, and the people that are willing to come back and sign up again, they will. And the ones not, they'll let them go and they're going to replace them. And they're going to use this hiatus as a time to bring in some new meat to this party. You, at one point in tonight's reunion, see Andy Cohen kind of outraged that Ariana Madix boyfriend, Daniel Way, did not want to shoot more with the group. And Ariana calls out like he's not being paid to be on the show. I mean, Daniel did make appearances on the show. So like, what does Andy expect? Him to sign his life away and work for free and also deal with the fan base? It's crazy. The entitlement of Andy Cohen really irritates the F out of me. You know, Andy, why don't you do your talk show for free? That sounds fun. Why don't you do that? You started out as a blogger. Why are you making millions a year doing your talk show and dealing with the fan base? You're certainly not being paid like in the old days, doing it for free in your spare time. But it's like, why would he expect anyone to do this for free? It's just so annoying to me. Very, very manipulative to put that on the reunion. Anyway, sorry, I vented. But the best part of the show tonight definitely was the ending and everybody's reactions. So I'm going to play some of it for you and I want to comment on it. And I think that's what I'm going to make our Vanderpump Rules Reunion Season 11 Part 3 finale recap video about. Because it's the best part. So let's start by discussing Ariana's reaction to seeing everybody kind of betray her at the end of the season because she won't perform in the way that they want her to. And they're frustrated with her as a cast member because she's not mourning her relationship in a way that they feel is good for the show. And yes, this happened. Let me play you what Ariana says and then I want to comment.
What's your reaction to that?
A lot of what was said was really hurtful. That is me being my honest self. The hurt that I felt so deeply. And I'm not here for him putting on the waterworks thing.
You know me well enough to know that this is not acting. You know that me well enough to know.
I don't know. I don't.
Hit a double life.
You knew me. You knew me, Ariana. I know.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And when you didn't get what you want, what you said about me to try to triangulate.
You were saying it about me this whole summer.
What was I gonna say about you this summer?
Using Sheena for something.
What would I have said about you this summer? Why would I have said anything other than that? Why would I have said anything other than that about you this summer, given what I experienced 3 months beforehand? But I didn't do anything to you, and you didn't get what you wanted, and that's how you reacted. You showed exactly you proved me right. You proved me exactly right. All I wanted, I just want you away from me.
Oh, I haven't used a fun filter in a long time. Haven't been in the mood. I use this filter a lot when there's people who are sucking you of all your energy, because I see them as like vampires, like real life vampires around you. Ariana is, I do think, being authentic in the sense that this is how she really behaves with a broken heart, with the betrayal that she felt with Tom Sandoval. And she really wanted to be true to herself. I think she learned a really valuable lesson in all this, which was that even though you can sometimes be kind of demanded to be more dramatic on reality shows, that like it serves you better when you're true to your authentic self. Like actually the most iconic scenes are when you just are the way you are. And the cast gets jealous sometimes when you manage to have all these iconic moments from just being yourself. When they have to act in order to have them, it makes them really jealous. It's just something to think about. And certainly that worked for me when I was on the show, you know? So I do think that she learned, you know, that works. So I'm just going to stick to what works, which is to be really authentic. But that pissed Lala off. And I think Lala has a way of getting people going. I'm not sure. She always has everyone's best interest at heart. So Tom Sandoval wanted to have this big moment on camera, and Ariana denied him that scene because she knew it was all about TV for him. and not about having a real difficult conversation about their relationship. He just wanted to perform for the show. And she resented that so much because to her, her relationship was real and true. This is what she says on the reunion. And Ariana uses, for example, that he never wrote her a letter or tried to take her aside to talk to her for real. And this was his response, which was so weird.
That is what we do.
This is not, I'll have that conversation with everybody else, but I am not in a place to have a conversation with you. And then that last little thing, what's good for me, it's right there. That I was in that moment about to just be used.
No.
I was like, this is gonna be his crying in Miami moment with me.
I just want you to be happy, I promise you. There were times when I thought we were gonna spend the rest of our lives together.
God,
that
he's
was
hell.
completely different. You know, it's one thing if I'm like acting like I'm crying and there's no tears coming out. Like I'm a very emotional person. You know this about me. You at least know that I'm right-handed, that I have brown eyes. Like there's things that
I think
you
she's talking about the
fundamentally
lying
know
to her
about
for
me.
7 months of f***ing her friend behind the back. I think that whole like double life thing. The double life. I don't know who you are, so I'm sorry that's
I'm not used to that.
something you have a hard time with, but that is the consequences of your actions towards me.
Obviously, our relationship wasn't perfect.
I'm not going to rehash our relationship.
I'm not rehashing our relationship.
Because I know it wasn't perfect. How could it be?
I just want to say to you that I am sorry. I'm not asking you.
This is his first time he really apologizes for the reunion.
You don't want to be around me. Whatever our relationship was, the good, the bad, whatever you did, whatever I did, it doesn't matter. You didn't deserve that. And I'm really sorry. From the bottom of my heart, Ariana, I regret it every day. I wear it as a badge of shame. I did the thing that I said I would never do to you, and I did it.
You also brought a person into both of our lives in a very up way. And this bitch has to talk about me all the time.
And she's suing you.
And you did that.
I feel really bad
You
about
did
that.
that.
Yeah, right. It doesn't feel bad.
And I just want to be away from you.
I understand.
Jeez, it only took us like 20 episodes to get
I wish
here.
you the best. And I
Or
will
like
definitely
more.
give you your space. We'll figure everything out. We have our lawyers. Don't worry about it. I understand.
He's like, great, she won't be on the show anymore.
I guess the other thing that I was curious is your reaction to what Lala said.
It hurts my feelings a lot. It really does. Because I was trying so hard. And then I feel like it's our job to live our lives. And I'm living authentically by walking away from that.
I
I think the
believe
walk
her.
away was earned. I agreed with Lala when it happened. Now, I feel like it was well earned.
I could have done it for the show. But I don't think our show thrives when things aren't fully real. And that was
right.
would not have been real.
The producers are pissed with Ariana, but she made the right decision. She really did.
I saw Tom approaching and she darted off so quickly. I immediately knew we need to let her go. With Lala, I completely understood her frustration, and I know she needed support in that moment, and I didn't want her to feel alone because we were both frustrated.
So let me put this comic book in perspective for you guys. The group event at the end of the season was all about a big fight that was supposed to occur between Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix. And Ariana decided to not do it. And they were really forcing her, production, to shoot with Tom to cause this big blow up scene. And she just didn't want to do it. And she felt pressured all weekend about it. And so she literally ripped off her mic and stormed out. This is why the cast is actually like so outraged about this, because they all kind of knew this was supposed to happen and then it didn't. And they were like, we would get fired for that. So even though there are rumors that Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval's relationship was going to end anyway, and they were both ready for it to be over, the thing is that what was the unexpected thing I was told was that it was Rachel Leviss that it happened with. And that's what scarred Ariana Madix. The fact that she was like, a psycho, hanging out with her, pretending to be her friend in her house, all this stuff. Meanwhile, she's screwing her almost husband for 10 years. Ariana never saw her coming and that she would be the one. That's what destroyed Ariana. That's why she's so upset. And the cast keeps trying to make it like situations they had happen to them, and it wasn't that way. And production was lenient with Ariana because they also recognized they brought in like a predator around her, and that predator really caused her real damage in her real life. And when I say that production brought the predator around her, you can take that to mean Rachel or Tom, because technically they brought both into her life.
Did what he did. I was questioned on, well, we're really sorry that he did that, but like, you probably should have known. We were soulmates. We fell in love. And of course I didn't think that he was going to be doing this to me.
A leopard doesn't change his spots. I had heard rumors.
We were never allowed
That
to
is
talk
true.
about him. I thought he was a stand-up man.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together, but keep in mind,
Because you didn't need to put two and two together, Lala.
Rock,
You got a Range Rover out of it.
like, sorry about the 7-month-old that you're fighting for, but like, you shoved him down our throats. So like, why did you do that? If you hate him so bad now, you has been shoved down my throat for so many years. And when all of this happened, as much as I'm grateful that Ariana is not experiencing what I have experienced, I'm a little annoyed. And it was why
I don't understand what Lala's talking about. Ariana did experience worse than what Lala experienced. Randall was always like a player. And I mean, with Lala being as intense as she is, if she wasn't sleeping with Randall a lot because she was pissed or whatever, she became unattracted to him. Like, he's definitely cheating every day of the week. Eventually. It's not her fault, but it's just his way, because he's a producer. It's the way it is. It's horrific. But, and he to this day says he didn't cheat, but, all I'm going to say is that Ariana really went through it. I mean, it was her cast member and her friend. I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to have a little sushi while we listen to this. Oh, Lala. She is a lot. I don't know how you would be on a show with her. She's takes over every moment of the show. It's like, unless you're like, and it's over, and you're just so overt. How it's not really an ensemble with us.
before, but like, you shoved him down our throats. So like, why did you do that? If you hate him so bad now, you has been shoved down my throat.
Didn't he like fly
for so
everybody
many
on private
years.
jets and
And
shit?
when
Like,
all
I don't
of
think
this
that was
happened,
Tom Sandoval
as much
doesn't
as
do that,
I'm
does he?
grateful that Ariana is not experiencing what I have experienced, I'm a little annoyed. And it was wild to me that I was seeing that everybody has said certain
When it rains,
things
it
about the
pours.
way that Ariana has changed. Okay? And I
Well, I'm now down to like 9 or 8 pieces of clothing that isn't covered in mold or tile dust that's toxic, and soy sauce. I'm going to be naked doing these videos soon, I'm afraid.
What is your response to this?
I don't think I'm Beyonce. I don't think I'm God. Talking about sobbing on a regular basis, yeah, I don't do it in front of Sheena. I do it on my own.
Lala
And
Kent unfollowed Ariana and
arguably,
Katie
If
permanently.
you want to talk in show terms, me walking away from that conversation was a lot more interesting than me sitting there and having it. Was that not a better ending to your season, to give you another season for another paycheck? Had I not spoken my mind, it would have ended with you walking out the door.
Lala,
Jeez,
you said Tom and Ariana were not honest about
Would
their
there be a
relationship
show without
until
Lala? I don't think
the
she thinks
affair
so.
broke. What were they not honest about?
I have just heard a lot of things, and you guys, I've heard it from a lot of you guys. Thomas said it himself. But you have too. Tom and Aaron tend to present themselves one way on the show. They don't tend to fight on the show. They tend to present themselves as having a perfect relationship when I don't foresee it as that. Why aren't we talking about that? Why is it all butterflies and rainbows with them, but they can talk about everything that's wrong with your relationship? I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just trying to say what the point blank is this is how what I've seen gone on. That's just fact. You have too.
No,
You have to.
I
know. I said on camera before the past. No, stop acting like I'm lying. Stop doing that. Do not raise.
Right, guys.
I'm pissed off. You've been talking a lot, and I'm going to raise my voice. You hear me loud and clear.
Yes, somebody. So it must be very confusing to the viewers that don't know the gossip that we know that I've said in this video. They must be like, I don't understand. What are they questioning in the reunion? Because they kind of skirt around it like there's some untruth not being said, but they don't say what it is. So if you don't know the gossip, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's just so strange. And you don't understand Lala's outrage, and you don't understand, where Ariana's coming from on some of it. It's a very bizarre edit. What I did appreciate was Andy Cohen asking Lisa Vanderpump about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion and kind of drawing a parallel from Ariana wanting to not show up for the finale and Lisa not wanting to show up for the second half of that season of Beverly Hills and not going to the reunion, which was a big no-no. Oh, by the way, before I play this clip for you of Lisa, Tom Sandoval makes this snide remark that the only time he was affectionate with Ariana Madix was when he was rolling his balls off, which basically means on E, at a festival or something. And it is odd that Ariana Madix doesn't address the 8-day comment that Lala makes about Danielle Way and that she met him 8 days after they broke up. She just doesn't even address that. Ariana is really well media trained, to be fair. Okay, let me play you Lisa's response.
With the other women on Beverly Hills, you made the choice to leave the show because you knew that it would be expected of you to integrate with that group. And you said, I can't do it anymore.
When I left Beverly Hills, you go to the reunion with an intention to reunite. I did not want to reunite. Right. I didn't want to see any of them again. If you want to fight because you think you want to go forward, then fight for it. If you want to say, you know what, I'm done, then that's okay too. So you have a point that maybe people haven't been exactly honest. But if Ariana is walking away at that point, nobody can tell me she hasn't shown up. She has shown up. If I'd been in that situation, I wouldn't have shown up with my husband and his mistress or whatever. So yes, she has. Sometimes it's okay to walk away.
Before I go to break, does anyone have anything else they want to react to about how that ended?
I am curious, just, Ariana, if you, after watching that, if you understand why she was so frustrated in that moment.
I understand the frustration. I don't understand the insults.
So let me know in the comments what you think about Lisa Vanderpump's response. I'm not going to give you my opinion on this one. I'll let you do that one. Lala does put Lisa Vanderpump down at the very end of the show in another hot mic moment. She's just essentially, let me see if I can find it to play it.
I think in that moment of watching Lisa defend so hard, when it's season 9 reunion, I did not want to be grilled about my ex who did me filthy. Yeah. But instead I was greeted with, you lose of how you get them. And then just now, Ariana got to walk away when she was uncomfortable. I'm creating life and I don't get to walk off the stage when I'm feeling like I'm uncomfortable. So don't sit here and tell me that it's equal playing fields for everyone. So yeah, I'm a little annoyed. You think I wanted to show up that day? No. Yeah. I just don't feel like fair at all.
So you guys, this is what the gossip is about, that everyone's alluding to: contracts. this person gets away with being this way, but I have to be the villain all the time in order to keep my spot. She gets to not have to address things, but I have to address things. Then she gets the commercials and I don't because I'm the villain on the show. And then I get the fan hate and she gets to walk away like the glorious one. You guys help her with tips and storyline, but you don't give my tips and storyline out there. If I do what she did, I'll be fired. They're starting to realize, only 11 years on that show, or 12 or whatever we're at this point, they're starting to recognize that not everybody's created equal. And this caused problems on Beverly Hills, ironically, between Kyle Richards and Lisa Vanderpump. If I was to say it, we're looking at Lisa Vanderpump versus Kyle Richards behind the scenes contract-wise. Would be the same as Ariana, Madix and Lala Kent right now. Yup. Ariana, you have to decide who she is in that.